Good day to you all. As you know, I am Joshua Spencer. I'm just here to give you an excerpt of the audiobook of Bizarre. So here it is. Please listen.
Preface. Bizarre is a true story inspired by real and actual events and experiences meted out to an innocent, law-abiding and dedicated teacher who lives somewhere in North America. While the characters, institutions, and settings may be fictional, the actual events and contents of the story are 100% true. It depicts the act of savagery that those who wield power can and have been hurling on the backs of those who are powerless. It further sheds detailed light on how any person can be randomly chosen or targeted for the purpose of sabotage, bullyism, victimization, discrimination, and made such target possibly for reasons such as anti-black racism and envy. One may ask, what is the relevance in sharing such a story in this medium, in this book? How will it help those underdogs and others prone to such vicious and wanton discrimination and violation of human rights in any modern civilized society? How will it help and fortify the unsuspecting masses who have not the means to defend themselves while crying wolves, even though, unlike the well-known call wolf story, these attacking wolves are for real, pouncing upon defenseless souls and tearing their psychological well-being to shreds. It is hoped that lessons will be learned for the experiences described in this book. In learning these lessons and gathering insights into the evil that obtains for workers and the not so powerful of these societies, one will be better prepared to protect oneself from the savagery of hate, discrimination, and fully blown envy and racism. Put another way, it is an enlightening and guiding tool that will remind you that even as the lands of North America may bear greener pastures and leaner cattle and may be one of prosperity, this prosperity does come at a huge cost for those who take the risks to grow and better their lives. One has always got to be mindful of the various traps that will be set to derail you, especially when you are almost at the end of a very, very rugged path that is on the verge of culminating in a successful journey. In essence, one must acknowledge and to be aware that reaching the glory land, reaching a successful and joyous destination, will not come easily for the many. It will be achieved merely with grueling sacrifices and fortitude of strength. One must be prepared for all the stumbling blocks that will be rolled in your paths as you make your sojourn. As you read Bizarre, you will find an honest description of one teacher's experience through this author as he navigated a rugged path in North America, a path that was pregnant with being unrelentingly bullied, discriminated against, sabotaged, and his life even threatened by those of power, possessed with a corrupt intent. There are absolutely no exaggerations in this book. This book, Bizarre, is indeed inspired by true but unbelievable events that were the lot of a classroom teacher. As said earlier, the characters and settings are fictional, but the events are all true. Even as this book focuses on one individual, it must be remembered that it necessarily represents the experiences of many ambitious individuals, particularly if you are not considered mainstream as the status quo dictates in these societies. In the end, I hope that apart from the insight that will be gleaned from reading Bizarre, psychological healing will also be gained by those who had traveled a similar rocky path as this teacher. Accordingly, the possibility that some poor, so-called helpless soul on the verge of relenting may be moved by it is enough motivation for me to pen this teacher's encounter, albeit in the form of a fictional novel. It gives me inner peace for such possibility in proliferating the very dire and discriminatory life experiences of this teacher, who is a mere representation of that which the masses must endure to succeed in these foreign jurisdictions. Let the words of these pages bring on a new meaning, as it will, according to your various and unique experiences and expectations. Tell a friend if you shall have benefited from reading Bizarre. You may, in an indirect way, be helping to build a worthwhile future and a new outlook for a self-perceived hopeless soul.
Bizarre, narrated by Nicole, written by yours truly, Joshua Spencer. Go get the book. It's all over the place. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.